All right, guys, we got a little bit of an emergency here. We've got a traveler coming through, and their van started bucking and jumping, got a flashing check engine light. The hotel they were staying at said we were the place to bring it to, so here they are. Let's get into it. All right, let's fire this thing up. Let's see what it's doing. They said it's bunking and jerking and bucking, and the check engine light was flashing. So check engine light is on. We got traction control. We got several lights that are on, which is not unusual. Something failed. FCW failed. Forward collision warning.
Oh, I guess
that's
right.
What that is.
2013?
2013?
2014?
Yeah. 2014. All right, let's get it pulled into bay, and let's get this thing fixed. Nope. Not right now. It said, I do know they said they had a tune-up done at 100,000 miles. And it has... Let's see if we can figure out how to get the mileage up there, because it's got that collision warning failure on it. So I don't know. Let's see here. How do we find that? Where do we get that from? Can't really see anything in here. Mode? No, it can't be mode. That's over here. Huh.
Weird.
Yeah, because I think it's just going to come up. Oh, there it is. 111.
It is really dim.
Yeah, it's really dim. All right. Let's get the hood open. Let's get a scanner. Get the hood open. And let's get a scanner on it. Let's see what the codes are. Did a full vehicle scan. We've got it pulled up here. The codes... We had some traction control codes and things like that. I figured they were going to be, because they said it all came on at one time. We also had the forward collision warning. This thing has got a cylinder 3 misfire code. It's got in the engine control module, and it's got in the ABS module. It says PGM FI malfunction. Well, the PGM FI is the engine control. So basically, it's saying, hey, we got an engine control malfunction. We can't control the analog braking system, the traction control system like we want to. So we're going to shut that system down, and then we've got some other codes in here. I just wanted to see if possibly there was something. Okay, so in the forward collision warning module, we see that it's got VSA brake actuator malfunction. Okay, is that because in the analog brake system it says that there's a malfunction in the engine control module, right? They said it all came on at one time. We're going after the cylinder 3 misfire, and then we'll go back and go from there. Now, when I went to pull it in here, it was running fine. Let's go ahead and pull up the data for engine control. Let's just see. All right, let's go ahead. I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything at all. Graph them. Let's see if it'll graph them all. Yeah. Won't be the first time you get a vehicle that comes in the shop and it won't mess up. But we haven't driven it or anything, so I'll let it idle for just a second more. All right. Let's go ahead and let's determine where cylinder 3 is, because I think it's 135 in the back. I think. Want to be sure of that. We're trying to do this one as fast as possible, so we're not taking you guys through the screen records and all that. You know, the client is in here waiting. They are traveling, but we thought, hey, let's see what if we can get a good video out of it for you guys. So we did look the firing order up. Could not find the cylinder identification or the firing order. Couldn't find anything in all data. Googled it. I could have swore that it was 135 in the back, but it says it's 1, 2, 3 in the back, 4, 5, 6 in the front. There's going to be a way for me to check that, but I don't want to mess anything up right now until I find them. Just a real quick pulling this guy out, see if we can't get the pattern on these things. Boy, this one's got a long burn time. Okay, good. All right.
I like this tool.
This tool's got a pretty good little resolution and everything to it. It's really fast. It kind of like my old school with the Bosch scope that I had. All right, let's see if we can't. Get a signal back here in the back. You know what I want to do? I want to get it on top because that's probably where I'm going to put it back in the back. See, I get something different on the top than you do on the side. So we'll have to see. This will be one. I'm gonna try to get it down the end here. I'm just gonna try to get it in the same kind of spot that I had the other one. This is where I kind of next to it. All right. Let me just go to 3 right off the bat here. Let's see if we see anything crazy obvious on 3. 1, 2, and this is 3. Nothing really obvious sticking out right there. Couldn't really find anything with the ignition analyzer deal. We're just looking at the waveform. Didn't find anything that popped out at me. Sherwood had jumped on while he was in there revving it up. He jumped on the freeze frame data, and we look at the freeze frame data. We can see that it happened 29 seconds after the engine started. They were doing a little over 6 miles an hour, right? Let's go back and see if we can't. See what else we got here. Coolant temp 177.8. So I mean, it wasn't like it had just started. Let's see if we see anything else that's nothing
it's
there.
Almost kind of like they went in a store or something. It was warmed up a little bit, and then they came back out. And
I mean, you'd think it'd be warmer than that if they'd driven it at all, but
29 seconds. I mean, to get to
yeah, I know.
77 degrees. That's
yeah, exactly. It was warmed up. All right. Don't see anything that's just popping out at me here. Let's do this. First thing I want to do is just to verify. I'm going to go back in to the Honda side. I'm not saying that I don't trust the data that we found, but it just came from a Google search that said 1, 2, 3 on the back, 4, 5, 6 in the front. It could be 100% right. My brain just is not letting me believe that for some reason. So what we're going to do is jump in here to the misfire counters. I think you guys have probably seen me do this before. And I just want to know which cylinder is what on the engine. So I'm gonna make a cylinder misfire. And then we're going to see which one comes up. And I'm going to try to get my hand to where I can undo the third one on the back to see if it does go to number 3. So I'm just going to pull up misfire again, and we're going to do cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Hit OK and graph them. All right, let's go ahead and see if the online information is correct. I mean, I guess I can't pull 1 because 1's the same on any one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it would be 1, 3, 5. So if I pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I pull this middle one up here. It's either going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or it's going to be 1, 3, 5, 2, 4. It's either going to be 5 or 4. There we go. Cylinder 5. Just got back from the test drive. While we were on it, what I was looking for was just a blip, right? Just any kind of misfire on cylinder number 3 at all. It didn't have to jerk or buck or anything. But while we were on the test drive, Sherwood was talking to me, and he's like, why don't we just pull a spark plug out of this thing, Dad? These engines are notorious for this. And he's 100% right. These engines are absolutely notorious for oil fouling spark plugs on actually the back 3 and cylinder number 4, if I remember right. I've only ever witnessed the back 3. But the highest probability is this is going to be an oil foul spark plug. But there is a possibility that it's not. And if we go in there, I always say that vehicles break in a very logical manner until a human being touches it. And I'm not saying anybody is trying to do anything malicious or do anything wrong. I'm just saying that when we, no matter who it is, when we move things around, we change things. In this case, let's just say, let's hope that it's not an oil foul spark plug. Let's say that it's a coil boot that when the spark plugs were put in it, maybe the dielectric grease didn't get all the way around it or something, and it's firing out the side of the coil boot. Well, we didn't see that on the, because it's not misfiring right now. We didn't see anything on the analyzer, on the ignition waveform. We get in there, we go, oh, well, let's just pull the spark plug out of this thing. Let's just inspect it. Then we don't know that we can get it to misfire. We don't, because we haven't test driven it, right? So we don't know if we can recreate it at all. We pull that out. At that point, we've squished the dielectric grease around, right? We move the coil. I have no problem with doing that. I have no problem moving coils around. You know, if it's failed, it's failed. And if you move it and it goes with the coil, it's quick, easy in some cases, quick and easy. But in some cases, if you move that dielectric grease around and you put it back into another hole and you've just fixed the problem and you don't know that you fixed the problem because you never went out and duplicated the problem. So a short test drive, it only took a few minutes. It's worth doing just to know that, hey, if you got it to do it and we got it to recreate it, at least we know now if we move the coil or we move the spark plug or we do something, if we don't see anything when we get in here obvious, right, which I'm got to be honest with you guys, I'm hoping that we don't see anything obvious right now. I really am. And the reason is because the obvious thing would be that this spark plug is fouled because of the engine issues, which sucks. So I really don't want that for somebody. I mean, will it be easier for us if we find it? Yeah. It won't be easy for the client, though.
We'll be able to get him back on the road, but it'll be temporary.
Yeah, we'll be able to get him back on the road, put a spark plug in it, but it definitely won't be a permanent fix. Okay. Just look at the boot. And it just looks like a normal old coil. We'll set it over there. And sometimes getting this stuff in there is fun. All right. Maybe. Okay. All right. And sadly, we see the beginnings of it oil fouling. So, yeah, that one's not in good shape. Let's set it down over here. Let's get it, let's keep it together with its stuff, right? So we just put everything together. And then I'm just going to pull another one out. Let's just be, let's see what another one looks like. This is cylinder 4.
So they can see the difference.
Yeah, I've never seen the cylinder 4 actually mess up, but I think in the bulletins for these things, it talks about how cylinder 4 could be a potential issue. Honda, I don't know that there's, might be a little bit of dielectric grease in there. I'd like to see a little bit more. But Honda, I know, extended the warranty on these things. I think it was 8 years, unlimited miles. So this one, unfortunately, is going to be out of the years. This is 2014. I think 2014 is the last year they had these issues. I think anyway. Let's just see what this one looks like.
We can try the ATS flush though.
We can try it. I don't know if it's going to fix it or not because the I don't know that it's a design issue or carbon buildup issue. If it's a carbon buildup issue, then yeah, the ATS flush will definitely fix it. If it's a carbon issue. Come on, baby.
I'm saying if it's the normal ring issue.
Well, there we go.
trying.
Look, looks great. No issues. Clean. All right. So, I mean, to get these people back on the road, we can get a spark plug in it. We can put one spark plug in this car, get it on the road, and get them traveling again. We can certainly let them know that they could try the ATS flush. So what we would recommend if we're going to do that is you put the CRF in the fuel tank, you put the CRO in the oil, and then you run the engine for 15-20 minutes with that CRO in it, and then you change the oil. And we have seen it fix cars. 100% it has fixed. We did a Honda. What was that little Honda we did? A little Honda CRV, or no, we didn't do that with a Honda CRV. Was that the BG flush that did the Honda CRV? So we did the BG flush with the Honda CRV.
ATS fixed another one.
Yeah, we did another one with ATS. I can't remember what it was. So we know that those.
I think it was a Hyundai. It was a
Hyundai.
issue. Some kind of Hyundai issue.
So, but my question is this a carbon buildup on the rings issue? I don't know that Honda ever really clarified what it was. If you guys know, leave a comment down there. I know that initially what I think I was told was that the rings were not positioned correctly. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know what it is, because I know the first step that they had in their warranty process was you had to get the Misfire, you had to go in, so you had to get the Misfire code, you had to go in, they had to scan it, yeah, it's a Misfire code, and then they updated the engine module. I don't know what they did with the update in the engine module. There was an updated programming for it. So you had to do that as step one, and they put 3 new spark plugs in the back, which is why, even though it says 4, I've never seen 4. You put 3 new spark plugs in the back, and then you had to drive it, and it had to fail again within the time frame of the warranty. So it was one of my problems really with Honda. I think Honda's a great, they've built a great car for decades. It was a blemish to me because, there's an issue there. You know that programming it is not going to fix it. You're just kind of extending it out. I felt like it was just getting extended out, and hopefully, it would go out of warranty. But in this case, it's out of warranty. So go ahead.
I was going to say, I want to get with the client and see what kind of time restraint they're on.
Yeah.
And if they want to try the flush, then we'll do that.
Yeah.
And then I'll make sure that I can stay in contact with them and
know if it fixes it.
We can update everyone to know if it actually did something, because it's only going to take about 10,000 miles.
Yeah, I mean, this thing right here, they put about 10,000. They said it had 6,000 on it, but I think it's got 111 on it. So within 10, 11,000 miles, we're going to know if it fixed it or not. That would be fantastic. I would love to know if it fixes it. If it fixes these things, that'd be a really big thing for a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm going to go talk to the client, and we'll be right back.
Okay. We talked to the client. They want to go ahead and take a chance with the flush and hope for the best. He said, hey, it's cheaper than putting a motor in it. So we're going to put the fuel system treatment in it first. And they got 3/4 of a tank in it now, which is good. And then what we're going to do is, so this just goes in and gets run through. This we're going to put in the engine oil, let it run. We're going to let it run for about 15 or 20 minutes. And once it's run for 15 or 20 minutes, we are going to obviously change the oil, change the filter, just do a normal oil service on it. And then the client did say that they were going to, we're going to keep in touch with them because they are traveling. So we're going to keep in touch with them and just be sure, we want to know, because listen, if this thing fixes, or helps in any way, this is a massive problem. This is a lot of cars. So if this helps with this, I mean, that would be a fantastic thing for a lot of people. So let's get going on this thing, and then we'll, I don't know what we'll do. Because we won't be able to give many answers in this video. All right, we did this video 12 years ago.
12 years ago, 10,000 miles.
Well, okay, I'm being a little exaggerating there.
Gotta put it in the oil still.
Oh,
thought
okay.
you were
I
gonna
didn't know you were still. Oh, well.
The funnel for that.
I'm gonna have to do the funnel, but I don't want to put the stuff from the engine, from the fuel in the engine. That wouldn't be good.
One of the best cap designs ever. Right there.
Okay. I want to see something actually. Just take a look in there and just see. It's actually pretty clean.
Go straight in it.
Pretty
Hard
clean.
to see in there.
See what the Earl looks like. Now I will say this. I'm gonna show you something in just a second. Yeah, it's about a half quart low. Let me show you something though. This might give us an indication. That right there, all that is built up on the stick, right? There's varnish built up on the stick there, so we're gonna just see. I want to pull that when we're done and just see what it looks like. Yeah. Maybe the action shot.
Let them see what it looks like.
Let's see. We've still got it running. It's been running for a while. Let's see if we did anything to the dipstick. Oh yeah. Yeah, I definitely cleaned it up some. Not a moving part, so see where the rings are going to be moving around doing stuff. So I definitely made some improvement there. Nice. All right, boys. This one is a wrap. We're done. It's flushing. Change oil in it. We're out. Appreciate you watching. Hit all the buttons. You know what to do. Getting close. Getting close to 200. Don't talk with your mouth full, boy. Getting close to 200K. Hit that subscribe button now. You'll be in the entry for the next great giveaway. See you in the next one.